Hi everyone, back in the basement with Noe Jose. Behind me, I have the Rogue Fitness Rhino belt squat. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the Rhino, the PitShark that I had a chance of using it, and I'm also gonna talk about the SquatMax, which I've also used it in another gym. I will talk about the main differences. I'm gonna show you a video of me performing the belt squat exercise, and but mainly the video is gonna be around the Rhino and the advantages that I see against any other lever arm bell squat type or just a free fall like the squat max. So yeah, stick around and hope you enjoy it. Before I start with the technical specifications, I always start with why did I buy this, and the main reason is that I'm a power lifter, so to add a little bit more volume without sacrificing my upper back is crucial for my training. So the Rhino bell squat helps me add a little bit more volume to my squat, and I switch it between the leg press and the Rhino. My favorite exercise in the using the bell squat is the pause banded bell squat. So basically, I add a band for added resistance, and then I pause the rep in the hole, and then I explode up. So that's been helping a lot, and it's been improving my squat a lot, and also allows me to get full range of motion. Another advantage about this Rhino against others is that I don't need to use blocks, which you can add two blocks or two plates to add range of motion, but in my case, I don't need it. So let's go take a look at the Rhino bell squat. So there are different versions of the Rhino bell squat from Rogue. What I have here behind me is the standalone version. You can also get the rack attach or rack mounted version, and also the full rack with the Rhino. That means that for the full rack, you have this post taller, I believe 90 inches, and then this leg or this foot is replaced by a cross member, and then another full size upright having four posts in total, and then the cross members on the top. So basically, it's a Rhino inside RM4 or RM3 per se. The rack attach, you basically, in my case, I have an RM6. So if I wanted, I can mount the Rhino in my rear, in the rear part of my RM6 using the four rear uprights. But I have currently shelving that I rather have it standalone and use the shelving. And also it will push the rack forward, which I rather don't do that with my space. And that's why I decided to have it standalone. And that way I can leave the rack alone. Also the rear sides allows me to get into the rack when I have a SSB or another weird rack that is kind of weird getting in or awkward getting into in position. So let's talk about a little bit about the specs. So this Rhino weighs 530 pounds. It is 78 and a half inches tall. The width is around 49-50 inches wide, and then the length is 60.5 inches long. But you also need to remember to allow some room in the back to allow plates to load and unload. In my case, I'm leaving around 14 inches from the wall to the post, to allow me to load and unload Olympic plates. So you need to consider that. Another great thing about this bell squat is the really wide platform and the 3x3 uprights, which, as you can see, I have some Jacobs, and I'm also storing my Pritchett pad in here. You can also, I've seen some people mount the landmine on these legs, since it also has three 1 inch holes, and you can also add band pegs. You can have bar storage, uh, even posts on the side for plates. A lot of You can use basically all the 1 inch attachments that you can think of with this Rhino. I've also seen some people mounted it in the rack, having an upper pulley, kind of like a cross member in the middle with a slinger, and that way you can do lat pull downs and low rows, even hip thrust. There's a lot of variety with the Rhino, but in my case, I only use it for belt squats since I have other pulley options to do other cable work. The platform is powder coated, and it has texture platform with powder coat. I haven't had any sleeping issues. I Whenever I squat, I feel secure, and I don't feel doesn't feel sketchy when standing on top of the platform. I haven't tried. I normally have DC blocks, but I haven't tried those. I don't know how sturdy they are, or if they're gonna be sliding around, which can be really dangerous when you're doing heavy bell squat. That you can sleep, and then a lot of things can go wrong. For this bell squat, you have horns or band pegs in the back, so that allows to add that allows to add bands to the exercise. So you basically roll them around and then to the post, and that way you can perform banded bell squats, and it feels great. The Rhino has a cable. People say that it pulls you forward. You just need to change the position of your body to do the vertical movement instead of if you perform the exercise too far back, then that might pull you forward a little bit. But the intent is to be right on top of the pulley, so it doesn't pull you forward. So you just need to make sure of that. The trolley that the Rhino uses is very smooth, going up and down with the rollers. It does. I don't have any issues. Haven't had any issues sticking in or not being smooth. So it is a great exercise and a very smooth exercise. It has a stopping. The stopping is great. It is wide and it has UH and W. So it's when you lock in position the Rhino, it doesn't move at all, and then you can get out safely from the machine. The handles are black powder coat. They could be better. They could be knurled and stainless steel. You can also replace them with knurled handles, mutant metals, or even the I think Rogue sells articulating handles. I have them, but I haven't tried to replace them. But I believe that mutant metals would work, since those are 1 inch. Those have 1 inch holes, so you can use them here, and that way you can have narrow handles. But the intent is to not use those handles at all when doing the exercise. They are just there to position your hands, but the less you can use them to help you go up, the best will be the exercise. If you're seeing that you're using your hands a lot, I would suggest you to drop down the weight so you can perform it without the help of your hands. The Rhino comes with this pair of colors. They are really horrible. I don't use them at all. I don't even use colors on the Rhino. So I haven't had any issues with the plates sliding. I normally use my machine plates. They don't slide. I haven't had any issues. The posts are long enough that I haven't had the need of loading it with crazy amount of weight, since the resistance is pretty tough. So it's very hard to load a lot of plates with in this bell squat. I believe the most that I've loaded the the machine is 445 on each side and a couple of reps. So I don't think you will need to max out the post with this one. And if you have calibrated plates, then that will be better. They're thinner and you can use more. But again, I don't see the need for those. The belt is a Rogue belt that it comes with the machine. You can also buy it separately. I think this is the most comfortable belt that is out there. I know AbMat sells like a cover, but I think that's too much. This has a padding and is really comfortable. I've used the Spot Ink. It marks my thigh, so um, I would prefer I would recommend the Rogue one more than any other belt out there. So yeah, I believe this is one of the best bell squats out there. You can do full range of motion without the needing to add blocks or plates. It is very smooth. The resistance is great. It is hard. It is tough to do the bell squat movement here, and I think it's a natural movement, way better than any other lever bell squats out there. But that's just my opinion, and I have used several of them. So now let's talk about the PitShark. So I had the chance of using that bell squat in Colorado in a powerlifting gym over there, and also in Columbus, Ohio. I've used another PitShark very similar to this one. They're just different colors, but the same height, same specs. So let's talk about dimensions. There's two versions of PitShark. There's the short version and then there's the tall version. The short version is 60 inches tall, and then the tall frame or version is 94 inches tall. It is 62 inches wide, so wider than the Rogue Rhino, and then 66 inches long. Um, so it is a very big piece. It is very heavy. It is very sturdy as well. The only difference is that it doesn't use a pulley system to pull you down when doing the exercise. So the PitShark has a lever arm with three or four different holes. You can use the hook carabiner to hook up the belt in any of the positions. You can also add bands in the on the bottom. You can see the where you can mount the bands. During that time, I had it with the purple bands, so the really heavy bands, just to create more tension. I had to load the plates with a lot of weight. I think I used 7, 8, 45 on each side, and it was feeling kind of light. So that's the biggest con of the PitShark is that you'll need to load that machine with a lot of plates. A lot of plates you'll need to be able to feel some kind of like heavy bell squat exercise. Other than that, the movement it feels great. It feels natural. It doesn't feel that you are getting pulled forward. It is different. I think I like the resistance, the pulley a little bit more. Both of them are kind of similar. It's just that I feel like the Rhino is pulling me down even when I'm all the way up, and uh, with the PitShark, I feel that I can take a break or rest on the way up, or all the way up before doing the exercise because I don't see there's nothing pulling me down to keep doing the exercise. I believe the PitShark is a little bit more expensive. than the Rhino, but either way, they are a great choice. I know that Rogue Fitness also sells the PitShark, and now other companies are incorporating the PitShark as well. So now let's go to the SquatMax. So the SquatMax has a lot of configurations, but the base model, and then they sell add-ons. So the base model is weighs 130 pounds. It is 20 inches high. The main platform is 45 times 30 inches. And then the angles are, sorry, the legs are angled, so it makes it 45 times 39 inches. So once you add the seat, the pad, and all the other accessories, it weighs 400, around 400 pounds. And it increments the footprint a little bit more. The SquatMax is around half of a price of the Rhino. We'll talk a little bit about cost like later on, but the unit comes in black matte. I've used this one in when I was in North Carolina in one of those gyms, and I believe Titan Fitness also offers this SquatMax now for sale. Um, I really didn't like this design because the plates, you need to stack the plates on the pin, on the loading pin, in order to perform the exercise. So the platform has a hole in the middle where the pin is, and then there's the like a stop for the plates or to rest, and then you start loading the plates on top of the pin, and then you load it with 4 or 5 plates, and then it has two handles, two very thin handles that once you stand up, you move them in, and then that way it moves the stop from the bottom, and that way you can perform the exercise just in a vertical mode, up and down. What I don't like about this is that you need to stack the plates on top of each other. So if you use spacers between each plate, that would be great, but that is also a lot of hassle because once you stack them together, it's very hard to remove them. If you have the 45 plates, Olympic plates with lips, that will be easier. But if you load it with calibrated plates or very thin plates, to get more weight out of it, then that will be an issue because you need to find a way of getting those plates out without the lip. The movement is not as great as I thought. It took a little bit of playing around to be able to not hit anything around because once you start moving, the plates start moving with you, and then the plates need to fit in that hole when going up and down because if not, you'll start hitting the rims of the hole, and that can cause issues with the exercise. It also has a place to add bands to it. But again, it's not my it would not be my first choice to buy the SquatMax. So let's talk about cost. So as of now, the SquatMax is on sale and is the cheapest one and currently costs $1,920. It used to be around 2100 bucks, but right now it's currently on sale. So the pit chart, you can choose between black and white. Short version costs 4,295 plus tax and shipping, and then the tall version costs 5,710 USD. Now let's go to the Rhino. The Rhino, to compare it apples to apples, the standalone version is $22.95, almost $2,300 plus shipping and tax on the Rogue website. It is a little bit more expensive than the SquatMax, but not as much as I thought. But it is half as much as the PitShark. So I think the winner is the Rhino, the Rogue Rhino Bell Squad. So there you have them. You have the comparison of the three most common bell squads, or the ones I've used. I wish I would it would be possible for me to use the Ghost Bell Squad. I have used other bell squad, the Bells of Steel and the Titan. I'm not gonna include them in this because those are really budget options. So I'm just comparing the top tier bell squads that I think those are the best out there. But I hope this video helps you in making the right decision. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for the support, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.